Welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is episode 10 of Riverview Farms. And in this episode, we have just moved on to November, and of course, the rain is persisting. So let's take a look at our forecast. Let's get under the porch here where we're not going to get wet and take a look at our forecast and just see what we've got going on here weather wise. So it looks like today it's just cloudy mainly until 3 o'clock. So rain at the end of the day, three to five, 3, 4, 5, something like that. We should have plenty of time to get done before then. So it looks like it was just a last minute shower clearing up from that. So we'll go ahead and take this over to our other field. And we will get started with baling up that hay for our cows. Actually, before we do that, let's drive down and take a look at these other two fields and just see how they're doing. So we did get these up here, 9 and 10, fertilized and limed. And we got, obviously, these ones down here planted. Missed that corner, probably because of this tree here. But this is our wheat, and it looks good. Wheat is growing, needs rolling. Okay. I think it's going to need rolling for the rest of the time because I think we missed our window to roll that. But that is fine. And then here is the barley, and the barley is looking good as well. Does need a weeder because it's got small weeds on it, kind of all over the place, but otherwise looking good. pH value is real good. Nitrogen is a little yellower but still green, so that's fine. So we'll have to figure out if we're going to weed this or if we're going to spray this today as well. So maybe we should actually be thinking about that. And since we're here, let's run up the side of these fields up here and take a look at planting as well. Because I was thinking about this between the last episode and this episode, that maybe we want more grass. Like, we have gonna try to get a lot of cows, so we're gonna need a lot of grass. So maybe we should just plant grass on these, and I think you can plant grass in November. So let's take a look at this map here. So in November, it's harvesting is the orange bar, so it's mainly just harvesting. But yeah, down here on grass, we can still plant grass in November. So we could plant grass today or tomorrow on these fields and have that ready to go. And that would just give us 2 extra fields to do grass work on for our cows. So that's a thought. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I was just thinking, otherwise they're literally going to sit here until March when we can start planting again. Now, the grass doesn't grow in December, January, and February anyway, so it probably doesn't matter, but it just makes me feel better to have something in the ground for those 3 or 4 months rather than just letting it be. So, I don't know. Give me your feedback on that in the comments, and I mean, I doubt we'll get that far today anyway, so we can decide that before the next episode if that's something that we want to do. So I'm going to get up to here, and I think this cloth is what we did this on last time. Maybe not. So when we've got these edge pieces that are kind of hard to get to, like I can't get this, nope, don't drop the front, drop the back. Like, there's no good way for me to get the baler over here in the corner and to get this all cleaned up in a way that's going to work for pulling that baler with this setup. So we're going to just back up as far as we can, like so. And then we're going to fold this down. Apologize for this view. Actually, let's go to cab view. And we will lower this. We will turn that on. And we will just get a row done over here. Now I'm going to switch back and look at our row. So yeah, we're just going to get a nice clean row here and kind of all the way around the edges so that we have room to maneuver. And then we'll come back and grab that baler and we will bale then. So this is, I do really like this setup with the front windrower, but it does make it kind of hard on these turns to get everything and to make it nice and clean. So I do like to do a headland of just a swath of the hay. I mean, look at how vibrant yellow that is compared to the other grass that has now been fertilized because we mowed it. I just really like how that looks. Normally I don't leave it on this long, but we were letting it dry out and then it rained, so we had to let it dry out again until November. And so that's how we got here. But we will go ahead and just get this side row taken care of. And this actually, we might just fade this one off because it looks like we can just get the rest of that caught up in the next one. Oops. Probably super bad for my equipment there. And then we're going to zip down to the end of the field here and do the diagonal. So we'll get back a little bit farther, lower this again, and then get back out here and take a look at our swath. Looking good. And it's hard to maneuver with that baler on the back of this. Like, it's such a long train. Like, you've got the baler on one end and the windrower on the other, trying to make sure everything's where it needs to be. So lift that up. This straight section here doesn't actually need any help because we can just run down that. But this part over here, we will need some help. So we'll go ahead and lower this here for the diagonal, and then this will bring us back to the part of the field where we parked our baler anyway. So this will get us to here, and then we will lift that up. And boom. So front is already running. We've already got that one row done, so at the end we'll just come around and bale those, but we'll just go ahead and get started with the whole setup here so that we're not dropping bales where we need to turn around. And then we'll go ahead and lower that. Oops. Lower this, and then we'll switch back to here. We're going to pull forward to where we start seeing that swath right there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and, looks like we're going to, it's already lowered, we'll turn that on, unfold it, then we'll turn it on. Alright, and it's time for the over-under again. How many bales do you think we will get off of this field? We got 8 off the other cow pasture when we did it, so I'm going to put it at 9. I think this one is just a little bit bigger. And we're actually at 89% of a bale already, so we're going to start with one extra. So I'm putting it at 9. But you guys tell me in the comments below, over, under, actually 9.5 is the over and under. So over is 10, under is 9 or less. Let me know what you think, and we will discuss that as we get to the end of the episode. So again, this is a fairly manual process. You can't really... So we get to here, and then we're gonna go back to the front, lift this up. We are gonna start taking chunks out of our row here, because I'm not gonna stop the baler at the back, but we will go ahead and get that backed up like so. And even doing that, we missed that end piece because we were turning around. So yeah, it's not a science exactly. You just have to kind of find something that works. But this will, again, it's so much faster because you save once over on the field, not having to mess with anything. So it looks like our first bale is coming out the back right there. Should be dropping here pretty soon. And we'll keep this process going. So, yeah, I'm like, this is my preferred way to bale, just because it is so much easier. All right, so we've got this. We're gonna watch that fence. Oh, and the gate. Oh, and the other gate, and the tree. We're gonna come try to get this strip right here, because now that we're done with this, I want to come down this field the other way for this next strip. So we'll come down here and we'll actually grab this stuff in the corner. But this is my preferred way to bale. I think this is, it just feels more efficient. Whether it is or not, I mean, it does save us once over the field, so it's got to be a little bit efficient, but it is finicky for these end pieces, so we do have to do all the things that I just kind of showed you and talked about. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it still saves us time. Oh, these trees. I guess I don't have to see the baler. I can just trust that it's doing its job. So we're going to back up like so. And get to here. And lower this. And we can watch the percentage in the lower right. Yeah, that's going to 5, 8, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13. So we're definitely picking up some hay. So that's working out just fine. My only concern with not being able to see the back is sometimes you're dropping off those bales, and as you're turning or you're maneuvering, sometimes you kind of break one off. And I might have lost one in the bushes there if I didn't know what I was doing. And we're going to go ahead and just grab some of this. That turn isn't exactly what I wanted to do, but that's fine. So we'll go ahead and we're just kind of cleaning up the edge, which I didn't necessarily want to do, but yeah, I should have stopped the baler before we did this. That's fine. We're just gonna leave a mode path, so to speak, as we get turned around here, and then square it up for this. So I mean, we're getting most of it, but there's definitely going to be some cleanup when we don't have this windrow on the front. So we'll lower that and start making ourselves a nice swath over here. And again, I kind of pulled half of that stuff out of this right-hand side because I couldn't decide if I wanted to drive on the field or not. But there's little bits that I missed, so we have to go and do this run like so anyway, just to make sure we get everything. But anyway, we've got 1, 2 bales there, 3 and 4 in the back of the baler right now, 5 down here in the lower, or off to the right-hand corner, kind of near that hedgerow. So I don't think we lost one in the woods there, but that was my concern, was backing up. Oh, and I'm missing a little bit there. My concern was backing up into that and kind of having one fall off when I was in the trees there. Sometimes when you're up like this and there's one out the back is a concern. So go ahead and turn like this. Ooh, with all this equipment running, it's having trouble getting up this hill, which I guess makes sense. We're doing a lot of things right now. So we'll back up like so and lower this here and kind of do a top-down view until we can get squared away. There we go. This is a nice long run as well, which is helpful. You get a lot of material off of the field doing this. Then we're going to have to figure out how to transport these. Now, we do have a low loader. I don't have a bale trailer that I'm aware of. We'll check our equipment here in a second and see what the best way to do that would be. So we're probably going to have to use the telehandler to put them on the low loader and then haul them over to store them somewhere near where our cow shed is. Obviously, it wouldn't make sense to store them up here since we don't have cows up here yet. We will eventually, but we're just not there yet. So we're going to go ahead and back up this way. And then we'll have to do once around when we drop off this windrower here at some point in time to get all of these edge pieces we're missing. We'll get squared up like that. And lower this here. Nope, here. And then we'll just kind of inch our way to the left here to try to square that off. And off to the races again. And I think I dropped a bale turned around down there, so that one's probably in the way of that last row, but we'll see when we get back there. But all in all, man, this map is beautiful. I really enjoy this. Look at all those orange trees in contrast to the green fields. Like, the grass is still green, but the trees have all turned. It's kind of a foggy, hazy morning because it's overcast and it's going to rain again. Like, the effects here are pretty nice. So I'm enjoying this map. I'm enjoying being a rancher, having the cattle, and just getting that whole process started. I'm excited for us to kind of grow that process and see, what it's like to have a ridiculous amount of cows in a game. Like I've done where I've had a big 45 cow shed, and I've done where I've done a couple of those little 15s. So I've gotten to like 30 that way. I don't think I've ever done a full 45, so I had 3 full little pinned in pastures, but certainly not 100 cattle, and definitely not 1,000 or 2,000 or 4,000. I think would be the maximum that this farm allegedly could hold. But I don't know how you could feed 4,000 cows. Like, I would need half the fields on this map full of grass just to continue to make hay and silage, and that's all I would do was make hay and silage and run it over, and hay and silage and run it over, and TMR maybe, but I just don't see it. So we're going to do a slight turn to the left. Hopefully we don't miss too much doing that. Then we'll lift this up. And there's the one that I dropped. Luckily it wasn't right on the edge, so it's not in our way of that strip. But then we've got these kind of yellowish green strips here. We're going to just grab 1 or 2 of those. Then we'll turn wide and come back in this way. And then go ahead and lower. And run down this round, and then we'll run back up, and then we should be able to drop off the windrower and just grab the rest of those bales. I guess this is going to be the last full row, and then we'll have that kind of partial row between those other 2. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see this farm grow in particular, and I think given the goal of having more cows than we currently do, we might want to just make those fields grass fields. Like, I'm kind of coming around on that a little bit, just because it makes sense for what our kind of goals are here. I think I can. Bert, you can do it. All right, so we need to get over here. This is going to be a terrible turn, but so we're going to start making a windrow that we're going to miss part of, but once we get squared away, we should start picking it all up. Like so. Now we shouldn't be leaving anything behind us, and we'll just take this down to the end and see how much of that we can get. Then we'll just drop off the front piece here, and we'll run around the baler, grab the last few, and then we'll go ahead and figure out how we want to start stacking these. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that, turn that off, and fold those up. And while it's doing that, we can actually finish this row. So we'll come up here, and even with it still on the front but just folded like this, you can turn a lot tighter. When it's got that big Y out there, you just really feel like you can't get anywhere because there's just this giant piece of machinery kind of in your way. So we'll come down here, And I was looking for a good spot to drop this, but don't know. Suppose let's grab this. Little bits we missed when we did this piece before. Like so. I'm going to go all the way down here and grab that. I kind of phase through the shrubs there, but then we'll just drop this right outside of the field. We're not doing any manure yet, so as good a place as any. And then we will loop around and kind of take a lap and clean up all of these little extra bits that we have laying around, and then we'll go grab that low loader. Whoops, got stuck on something there. I'm gonna pick up the pickup so that I can get a little bit more speed over here. And then kind of nudge that one out of the way or lower the pickup there. And grab this. And get us squared away for this row. And yep, we're fighting gravity a little bit here, but we're doing all right. Yeah, and it's impossible to get all the grass off of a field when you do it like this. You get most of it, but it does, especially when you're doing hay like this, you can just see, like, I think I leave grass on the field too, and I just don't realize it because it blends in so well. When we're doing hay, it's obviously this lighter yellow-green, I mean, that you can just kind of see it when you miss it, which one makes it easier to run around and pick up, but two, like it just, if you're OCD at all, it can make it really hard to do this part because you know you're missing stuff. But it also makes it much easier to see like this. Once you cut the grass and it's fertilized like this, that looks like that darker green. Very easy to, I was trying to push that out of the way, it didn't work. Very easy to see where you've been and where you haven't. This, there we go. Why is that not turning? And I have no idea if professional balers, farmers who do a lot of grass work and are making bales all the time, if they run around a field at the end like this trying to get every little bit to make their bale, or if they're just like, we got enough. Because, you know, in real life, you know, all that stuff would just decompose. And it's like mulch. And so you're not going to get all of it anyway. Just in the video game, there is a chance to get all of it. And so you feel like you need to. And a lot of times I'll run around and, like, if I was at 98% there and we just needed a little bit more to get another full bale, yeah, absolutely, I'll do that here. I'm just trying to clean up the field a little bit because visually I'm going to be able to see that hay all the way until next time we get on this field in Ted, which is going to be a while. So not that we come back here that often if we're not working with the grass, but just trying to make sure we're not missing too much. But we're certainly not going to get another bale. So if you've been studious in counting, you can tell me right now how many we got. I will look here in a second, but I think we did 10. I think we did over our 9.5. I think we did 10 bales. So, all right, I'm gonna just pick up the pickup, and we'll drive a little bit faster. Not a lot faster, but a little bit faster just down here. Make sure we didn't miss anything else down here. Looks like there's a little bit there, so we'll lower that. And grab those. And there's a little bit we'll grab on our way back down. Oh, there's actually a bale like hiding up here. That one blends in really well. You can't really see it, but it's there. All right, yeah, and this is a section I knew it was up here somewhere. There's like a nice big green section there. That still didn't get it all, so now we're gonna have to go and do one of these. Uh-oh, I'm not gonna be able to turn tight enough to get that. I just have to square away, then back up again. And that's as far as I can back up. So I think we just gotta do one of these. And that is a terrible camera angle to drive in. I apologize for making you watch that. And of course there's a tree here, so I just can't get that piece. So we're just gonna have to leave it there. But we got most of that. So we'll get this and we'll run down. We'll check our bale number. We'll grab that low loader, grab the telehandler, and then check the time. It might have taken me just long enough doing that that we'll stack them in the next episode. Otherwise, we'll stack them in this episode, but I don't know. I have a feeling we're probably getting close to our half an hour mark already, so can't see the clock from where I am right now. But, so we'll go ahead and grab this here, and that's going to do it. Yep, 18%. So let's go ahead and turn the baler off, pick up the pickup, and then we're going to unload the bales right here. 1, 2. And we'll fold up the baler and let us take a look on our stats page. We produced 16 bales today. There's 16 bales out here. Okay, well that is way better than I thought. And obviously, hopefully you guys didn't take the under. That is impressive. I thought like I was saying 10, and I kind of thought it's probably 11, but I'm not sure. So let's just go ahead and say 10. That's still got the over, but 16. No, I had no idea. All right, so we'll get down here and yeah, let's bring all this equipment down the hill. I don't like leaving stuff up here because I don't drive up here very often because we're not using that cow shed yet. So very easy for me to forget where stuff is if I'm leaving it down there. Yeah, and so can this fit under there? Yep, it does. So we'll go ahead and park this here. And then we'll put the baler right next to it. So, back it up. All right. And then our low loader was in this pull-through garage. Is it that stall or this one? No, it's this one over here. Yep, there it is. Ugh. I'm gonna have to really zoom in here. So, I don't even know if I can get 16 bales stacked up on this. We'll find out, I suppose. But we'll run this back up to the field, and then we'll hop into Manitou and start loading here in just a second. But we're going to beat the rain. I'm pretty confident. I mean, it was supposed to rain right about now, but we got the bales done. So if it's just a light drizzle, that shouldn't be too bad for getting those on there. So let me just check the time. Yeah, we're right at about a half an hour. So I guess we'll stack in the next one. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and watching us get this far. That is pretty. Look at that, just spinning around, taking a look at all the bales. Yeah, that's a lot of nice hail bales. So this is going to help us get through the winter, which is coming up quick here. And then on the next episode, November 2nd, we will have to decide if we want to plant grass or not. So let me know in the comments and we'll take a look. Thanks. I appreciate it. If you like it, thumbs up are appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And ring that bell if you want to get alerted when the next video comes live. Have a good night, guys. Bye.